The observation deck of the Galactic Concordance Station buzzed with alarm. As the small creature's distressed cries echoed through the corridors, Vanessa pressed her face against the transparistelle window, watching the chaos unfold in the xenobiology lab below. "They've been trying for 3 hours," muttered Commander Thrix, his forearms crossed in frustration. The Zentari officer's skin had shifted to a deep purple, a clear sign of stress among his species. "Every sedative we've tried either doesn't work or risks killing it." The creature in question was a Phylixian cub, no larger than a human house cat, with iridescent fur that shimmered between gold and silver. It had been rescued from a derelict cargo vessel, the sole survivor of what appeared to be a smuggling operation gone wrong. Now it cowered in the corner of the sterile examination room, hissing and spitting at anyone who approached. "Poor thing," Vanessa whispered. "It's terrified." Below, a hive-mind collective of 3 Vespulans attempted a coordinated approach, their telepathic link allowing them to move in perfect synchronization. The cub only shrieked louder, its back arched, tiny claws extended. Dr. Kellyan, the station's chief xenobiologist, being composed entirely of crystalline lattices that refracted light in mesmerizing patterns, hovered at a safe distance, its harmonic voice tinkling with concern. "We cannot continue like this." Dr. Kellyan's translator broadcast, "The stress hormones are reaching dangerous levels. If we cannot calm it soon, its cardiovascular system may fail." Elliot arrived on the observation deck just in time to hear this pronouncement. The young human engineer had been summoned from the lower decks, where he'd been repairing a malfunctioning gravity stabilizer. His coveralls were still stained with hydraulic fluid. "What's going on?" he asked, running a hand through his dark hair. Vanessa turned to him, her green eyes worried. "They found a Phylixian cub. It's dying from stress and nobody can get near it." Elliot peered through the window, his brow furrowed as he watched the alien specialists maintain their careful distance, attempting to project soothing pheromones and calming telepathic waves. The cub only grew more agitated. "Has anyone tried just picking it up?" Elliot asked. Commander Thrix's eye stalks swiveled toward him. "Negative. Physical contact would likely trigger a defensive response. Phylixians possess retractable claws capable of penetrating standard protective gear. At this size, the cub's venom sacs are immature, but still potent enough to cause severe allergic reactions. In most species, humans aren't most species," Elliot said, already heading toward the corridor. Vanessa was right behind him. "Wait," Thrix called out. "You haven't been authorized." But the 2 humans were already gone. When they burst into the xenobiology lab, Dr. Kellyan rotated its crystalline structure toward them in surprise. "Humans, this area is restricted. The specimen is extremely dangerous. We've noticed," Vanessa said, her eyes scanning the room. "Elliot, what are you thinking?" Elliot was already moving toward the storage area adjacent to the lab. "On Earth, we had animals called cats. Domestic ones. They looked a lot like that little guy, and I had 3 growing up." He started rummaging through supply containers. "Where do you keep shipping materials?" A Vespulan worker pointed one of its 6 limbs toward a far corner. "Container storage, subsection 7. But I failed to comprehend. Elliot found what he was looking for. A simple cardboard box, roughly cubic, about half a meter on each side. He turned it upside down, dumped out the packing material inside, and held it up like a trophy. "Perfect," he grinned. The assembled aliens stared at him with various appendages and sensory organs expressing profound confusion. "Your plan," Dr. Kellyan chimed, "is to approach a distressed and dangerous predator with a container made of pressed cellulose fibers?" "Trust me," Elliot said, and without waiting for permission, he entered the examination room. The Phylixian cub immediately fixed its luminous eyes on him, ears flattened, a low growl emanating from its small throat. Elliot moved slowly, deliberately, keeping his movements smooth and non-threatening. He set the box down on its side, opening facing the cub, about 2 meters away. Then he did something that made every alien observer's confusion deepen. He sat down on the floor and looked away from the creature. "Elliot," Vanessa hissed from the doorway. "What are you doing?" "Giving it space," he murmured. "Direct eye contact is threatening. Sitting down makes you smaller, less dangerous." The minutes ticked by. The cub's hissing gradually subsided. Its ears, previously pinned back, slowly began to rotate forward. Elliot remained perfectly still, occasionally glancing at the box, then away again. Then, so subtly that the watching aliens almost missed it, the cub took one step forward. Then another. Its nose twitched, scenting the air. The cardboard box seemed to fascinate it. Another step. The iridescent fur began to settle, lying flatter against its small body. Fascinating. Dr. Kellyan whispered through the intercom. Its cortisol levels are dropping. The cub approached the box cautiously, circled it once, twice. Then, in a movement that seemed to defy all the sophisticated xenobiological training in the room, it stepped inside, turned around 3 times, and curled up into a small, shimmering ball. A collective gasp went through the observation deck. Elliot slowly reached out and placed his hand gently on the cub's head. It made a sound, not a hiss or a growl, but something else. Something that sounded remarkably like purring. How? Commander Thrix's voice crackled through the speaker. We attempted 17 different calming protocols. Vanessa entered the room now, moving as carefully as Elliot had. She knelt beside him, watching as he gently stroked the cub's fur. Sometimes, she said softly, the simplest solutions are the most effective. But why a box? Asked one of the Vespulans. What purpose does it serve? Elliot smiled. On Earth, cats loved boxes. Made them feel safe, hidden, secure. It's about instinct, having walls around them. Feeling protected on all sides except the entrance they can watch. All the technology in the galaxy couldn't replace that basic need for security. Dr. Kellyan's crystalline structure seemed to shimmer with what might have been respect. Remarkable. Humans' evolutionary history, with predatory companions, has given you insights that our databases never predicted. Over the following days, Vanessa and Elliot took turns caring for the Felixian cub. They learned that it responded well to gentle voices, slow movements, and yes, boxes of various sizes. The station's other species watched in amazement as the 2 humans accomplished what their advanced sciences could not. The story spread throughout the Concordance. Humans, the relative newcomers to the galactic community, had tamed an untamable creature not through technology or telepathy, but through empathy born of their unique relationship with Earth's animals. When the Felixian embassy finally arrived to collect their lost cub, Ambassador Korish, a fully grown Felixian, standing to meters tall with fangs that could pierce Dursteel, bowed deeply to both humans. You have done what we thought impossible, the ambassador said, her voice a melodic rumble. You calmed a frightened child when all our science failed. The Felixian collective will remember this debt. After the ambassador departed with the cub, which mewed sadly at leaving its cardboard box behind, until Vanessa insisted they take it, Commander Thrix approached the 2 humans. I've been in the Concordance for 40 cycles, he said, his skin now a contented blue. I've seen 100 species, 1,000 technologies, but I've never seen anything quite like what you did. Elliot shrugged, embarrassed. We just understood what it needed. Precisely, Thrix said. While we were analyzing biochemistry and neurological patterns, you were thinking about fear, comfort, and trust. Perhaps that's humanity's real contribution to the galaxy, not your weapons or your ships, but your ability to see a frightened creature and know how to help. As they walked back through the station's corridors, Vanessa bumped Elliot's shoulder playfully. Who knew your childhood with cats would make you a galactic hero? Elliot laughed. Wait until they find out about the laser pointer trick. Behind them, through the station's vast windows, the stars wheeled in their eternal dance, and somewhere in the cargo bay, a simple cardboard box waited, a monument to the day humanity proved that sometimes the most advanced solution was simply understanding what it meant to be afraid and to be comforted. The galaxy, it seemed, still had much to learn from the newest rivals, and Vanessa and Elliot were just getting started.